Hey fam, what's up? This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc. So you want to be a singer? Why you want to do that? Ooh, what is that smell? I'm in here making some candy yams. You know, it takes a little while, but it's smelling delicious up in the house. Ooh, let me tell you, I can't wait. I can't wait. My mouth is watering. Okay, what am I gonna call this? So you want to be a singer? I think I'm going to call it Learn How to Handle Rejection. Okay. One of the biggest things in becoming a performer, and there are a lot, and I will say there are a lot of professions where you come across this. But as far as I know it, the worst one is, well, no, the worst one would probably be a salesman. But very close behind that would be a singer, because you have to go out and you have to constantly audition. You have to constantly be seen by people and be judged by people, be looked at and evaluated by people. And sometimes it's difficult. Now, where did this come from for me? I was actually watching one of the American Idol auditions, and it was, I forget which city it was. It might have been Dallas. But they were talking about how people were crying and stuff when they came out of the audition room because they had been rejected. And just listen, if you're going to really be a performer, you're going to learn, even if you're the best out there, you're going to learn that you're going to be rejected. There's no doubt. You can blow the walls off the house, and you might just be the wrong person for what they're looking for at that moment. You might be just, too much for them, or they might choose somebody that they already know who is good and who is reliable. So there will be rejection on every side. You have to learn how to handle this rejection. And how do you handle it? I don't know. How do I handle it? Well, when I first started out, okay, so for those who don't know me, I went to high school for performance. I went to college for performance, for vocal music. And I've basically been auditioning since I was a kid. I sung in choirs, in gospel choirs when I was in church, and though you didn't have to do great auditions to be in the choir, you did have to sing, so you did have to get up before the choir director and sing a song. Now, being young, a kid who loves to sing, it's so much easier. Rejection is so much easier for young people because they're so used to asking for things and not getting them. Oh, can I have that? No. Can I have this? No. They just keep asking, and we need to keep that youthful outlook, because a lot of times when you go to an audition, you just go and you do your best, and whatever comes out of it comes out of it. When I came to New York and started auditioning professionally, as an adult, when I'd gotten past the kid stage, I knew that there would be a lot of rejection. But I also knew that a lot of times it had no reflection on my talent. There are all kinds of things that people have to think about. And I kind of enjoyed doing it because I looked at it as a chance to perform. An audition is the chance to perform for somebody, and that's what you love to do, and you have to think about it that way a lot of times. Now, if you don't get the part, you can think about, well, maybe did I do this wrong? Did I do that wrong? But if you knew you blew them away, then what was the problem? What happened? Maybe you weren't right. Maybe they chose someone else that they know. Maybe you never know. You never know. And you can't sit back and worry about these things. You have to do it and move on. Do it and move on. Now, if you can get feedback sometimes, sometimes someone will say, well, we went with so-and-so because they did such and such and such, or because this person had done that before. But you never know. They might just not like you. You might just look like somebody's ex, somebody who's in charge, and they don't want to look at that every day. So you can't worry about that. You have to go and you just have to do your best. And you have to learn to accept that rejection, because that rejection is not always of your talent. It's not always of your look. It's not always of what you have. Sometimes it's just the way things work out. And sometimes it is about you, And the funniest thing to me, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say, because I want to make this short. The last thing I want to say. Even on American Idol auditions, this is the way people are. When somebody knows they can sing and they do their thing, you can't tell them that they didn't do good. Especially if they were bad, because they can get up and they can do their thing, and then they're like, I was good. What are you talking about? I sound great. And you sit there like, no, you didn't. But the worst people, you just can't tell them that they're no good. They don't accept that rejection. It's like you're wrong. I'm good. And that's that. Okay, we need to have a little bit of that. Those with the actual talent and with the actual training, you need to have a little bit of that. You don't need to say that type of thing, but you need to feel it. I know I did a great job. And what can I do to improve upon it? You know, what can I do for next time? Oh, I got one more story. There's an American Idol person that I work with quite often on my gigs, right? And she actually went to Hollywood Week. Well, I asked her at some point, I said, now why did you sing that particular song for this audition? It doesn't show off your voice or anything. And she told me, you know, this is the third time I had went to audition for American Idol. She said she went in twice before, you know, all glammed up, looking beautiful. She blew them away. She did, you know, these songs, you know, and she's got an amazing voice. Just about everything she sings just is absolutely phenomenal. But she never made it to the judges. And so she said this year she looked at it totally different. She went in as plain as she could looking. She did the simplest song she could think of. You know, she didn't use her performance name. She used her maiden name, you know, her birth name, which was a lot more, you know, a lot less showy. And she made it through the judges, and she made it to Hollywood. Why? Why? I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question. You answer that question for me. But it's not always about what you do. It's not always about how well you do. Sometimes there are other things that are working in the background. So learn to handle rejection. Learn a way. Find a way. Because you have to continue to put yourself out there your whole life. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I still have to audition for things a lot of times. And you know, I have a bit of a name in, you know, these circles in New York, but I still have to show what I can do on the spot sometimes. And there are famous people out there who have won Oscars, Tonys, you know, Grammys, and they still have to audition for parts. So who are you? Who am I to not have to audition to win a part? Okay? Take care. I hope this has helped you a little bit. If you have any questions, down in the comments.